Surah Ahzab 33 and Ayat 4 and 2. wama jaAAllahu lirajulin minqalbayni fi jawfihi wamajaAAala azwajakumu alla-eetuthahiroona minhunna ommahatikum wamajaAAala adAAiyaakum abnaakum thalikumqawlukum bi-afwahikum wallahu yaqoolu alhaqqawahuwa yahdee assabeel. And further I read al-Mujadala 58 and Ayat 2. lirajulin minkum min nisaihim minhunna ummahatihim in ommahatuhum illa allai waladnahum wa innahum la yaqooluna munkaram minqalbayni wa zura wa inna Allaha la'afuwwun ghafur. Allah is not made for any man from two hearts in his abdomen, and He has not made your pairs wives that you make obvious from them as your mothers, and he has not made your called sons as your sons. That is your saying with your mouth, and Allah says the truth, and He guides to the way. Further Ayat 58 and 2 Ayat. Those among you who make obvious as mothers from their women wives, they are not their mothers. Their mothers are those who give birth to them. And definitely they say from the saying, disguising and fabricating. And surely Allah is pardoning, forgiving. Now in these two ayahs, so now I will not go in detail, but I just want to make a point why I am reciting these ayahs, that sometimes we call somebody son. If I call somebody here son, it doesn't make a difference. In love and affection you can, but he's not my real son. Similarly, your wives cannot be your mothers. You can understand this. So people are making obvious as wives as mothers in the Quran. People are saying, it is not the ancient time that people are calling their wives as mothers. If you say so, so Allah says this is that they're using the time. So what we have to do, if somebody says that to their wives, or make obvious, not calling, you make your wife obvious as they are mothers, as your mothers. So Allah says the mothers are whom you bore you. Your wives cannot be your mothers. So what is that? Why people say this? That's a separate topic next Saturday, inshallah. But the question is, if you have said so and you want to go back, or you make it obvious your wife as mothers, and you want to go back for what you have, make it obvious to your wives as mothers. So that is what the lecture is related to at this moment. Surah Mujadala 58 and Ayat 3. وَالَّذِينَ يُظَاهِرُونَ مِن نِسَائِهِمْ ثُمَّ يَعُودُونَ لِمَا قَالُوا فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مِن قَبْلِ أَن يَتَمَاسَّا ذَلِكُمْ تُوعَدُونَ بِهِ وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرٌ فَمَنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ فَصِيَامُ الشَّهْرَيْنِ مُتَتَابِعَيْنِ مِن قَبْلِ أَن يَتَمَاسَّا فَمَنْ لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَإِطْعَامُ 60 مسكينا ذَلِكَ لِتُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ وَلِلْكَافِرِينَ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. And those among you who make obvious their women wives, then they want to return back for what they have said. So they have to liberate a free slave from before they touch each other. That is for them a sermon being given with it. And Allah is well acquainted with what you do. And whosoever does not find, then he fast for 2 months consecutively, continuously, from before they touch each other. Then whosoever does not have the capability, so feed the 60 needy persons. That is, if you believe Allah and His Messenger, and these are the boundaries, limits of Allah, and for the rejecter is a painful punishment. So in this ayat is simply explaining that if a person who has made it obvious to his wife as mothers, when and how, why he does it, that's a separate issue. And now he wants to return back, he came to know he's done it wrong. So Allah says, now if you want to return back, you must know this, that either first He says you liberate a free slave before you touch each other, before you start having the same relationship of your wife and husband, you have to free a slave. And if you cannot find this, then you have to fast for 2 months consecutively, continuously. And it is the man, believe me, it's not the woman, it is the man. Because women are not saying anything. Because men are saying, in this ayah, men are saying to the women, women, they don't have to bother. They say, you can't touch me, you go and fast for 2 months. So it is for the men here. Because the men are saying to their wives as mothers. Why they are saying they are separate is, but my topic is at the moment is, they have to fast for 2 months consecutively, continuously. And if they don't find, meaning they are enclosed, if they are in enclosure or encircled in sickness, then you have to feed the 60. Otherwise, you have to fast for 2 months consecutively. Remember, any law that I've read before, it applies all over. The fasting is a must. You cannot find because you are continuously a sick person. Continuously sick. You are not continuously, then you can feed the 60. If you are healthy, you are all right. When you were saying your wife as mother, you are all right, then you fast for 2 months consecutively before you come in contact with your wife. This is no divorce. People have taken as divorce. This is not divorce. This is simply a correction for what you have said to your wife as that she is my mother. So continuously for 2 months fasting. We are not only fasting for 1 month and then we think everything is all right. You have to fast if you kill somebody. You have to fast if you say to your wife as mother. You have to fast if you don't provide. There are many fasts mentioned in the Quran, but we don't know. So that is why this lecture has been delivered, that there are many types of fast. Types means there are different occasions where we have to fast.